Started, and we are going to start right down on our hands and knees to start with class today, okay? So a pad, yoga mat, anything like that is very helpful. Okay, we're gonna come to hands and knees. Get your wrists right under your shoulders and your knees right under your hips. And we're gonna start with the shoulder blades for class today. And I want you to keep your elbows straight or slightly bent, okay? If that fully straight and locked out position is uncomfortable. Okay, toes are nice and relaxed without bending or straightening your elbows anymore. Press your hands into the mat and press your upper body away. Imagining as though the shoulder blades are wrapping around the outside of your body. Then, without bending your elbows, allow the shoulder blades to sink together and the chest to sink down between the arms a few inches. We go again, we press the upper body away from the floor and we let the chest sink down. So the motion is primarily coming from the shoulder blades coming together as the chest lowers and rounding or wrapping around your body as you press away. The lower back is staying relatively still, so we're not getting a big arch or a big round here. Okay, a gentle draw in of the belly button is helpful. Start small, build over time. Try to keep that head nice and still. Trying not to reach extra with the nose. We have the tendency to want to try and reach extra through the nose here. Nice and slow and controlled. Good. 2 more. 1 more. Beautiful. Rest somewhere about halfway in between, nice and relaxed. Think about a string to the back of your head. It's going to pull you up towards the ceiling. We're going to bring one ear down to our shoulder, left ear to left shoulder. Bring it back to the center. Bring your right ear down to your right shoulder. We go side to side, kind of like a windshield wiper with your head. Your nose, if you could imagine being focused right on one single spot in front of you. And you're just pivoting around that spot. If your nose could stay focused right on it. Couple easy side to side, keeping that back of the head pulled up towards the ceiling. Trying not to let that nose again sink further down towards the floor. 1 more each way. Good. Pause in the middle, and then we're going to turn to look to the left, back to the center between your hands and over to the right, back to the center. Keeping that back of the head pulled up again, okay? That's important here. Keep that in check every now and then. If you have to reset, that's cool. 2 more each way. And 1 more. Great. Go ahead. If you need to take a rest break off of your wrists for a moment, feel free to do so. We are going to go into some stretching of the wrists next, okay? So we're going to take those wrists right under the shoulders, a little bit further out if you need to. So you may find you have to readjust once we are getting into this mobility work in our wrists, okay? So starting with your hips back a little bit more, we're going to shift our body weight over the wrist and continue on just a few inches, keeping the elbows straight, the fingertips pointing straight ahead. And then go ahead and rock your body weight back as far as you need to. Take that pressure off, take that rest break. And then go ahead and gently, slowly press yourself, continuing over the fingertips a few inches, and then come back. I definitely recommend going slow and starting small here, okay? And you may be able to find that you're able to go a little bit further with each repetition, okay? Nice and slow. This is a great one if you spend a lot of time writing or typing. Our wrists tend to be in this flex position or on our phone. And this extension feels really, really great. This you could do at your desk if you wanted to too. For folks who might have some difficulty here controlling this motion, you can always bring yourself up to an elevated position on a chair, on a desk. Have your hands and rock yourself forward this way. Take that body weight out of the equation a little bit here as well. So feel free to try that out. So just like that, I'll demonstrate some modifications throughout class today. Great. Last one. I'm going to turn, and I'd like you to turn your hands out towards the side. So if your fingertips could point away from each other as far as you comfortably can. Some of us might be at more of a 45-degree angle. You might be able to achieve more of a 90-degree angle. Your hands are not touching though here, okay? But they're just pointing away from each other. And we're gonna go with that same motion. We're gonna rock back and forth. Back and forth. Good. Again, feel free to come into that elevated position if you need to, up onto a higher surface to take the body weight out of the equation here. Very gentle. Rocking back and forth. Again, fingertips turned away from each other or at a 45-degree angle if you need to, okay? Or anywhere in between that, whatever feels most comfortable. Great. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Fantastic. Great. Couple of circles with our wrists here. We're going to spend a little bit more time on our hands and knees. Let's reverse those circles. Okay, so we want those wrists nice and warmed up. Blood flowing. Okay, next, come on to the hands and knees here. We're going to start by looking out in front of you. Okay. Start to tuck the chin down towards your chest. Press into the hands, round that upper back, working your way down towards your tailbone, ending with tucking your tail in between your legs, if you will. Release. Go ahead and sit your hips back, reach forward. Stretching those fingertips long out in front of you. Widen those knees as you need to. We press ourselves back up. We look out in front of us. We let the belly hang. We start to round, tuck the chin, walk our way down. Release a little bit and sit the hips back. Reach out in front of you. Draw those hands in a little bit. Press yourself up. Look out in front of you. Let the belly hang. Lift the tailbone up towards the sky. Tuck the chin. Round through the upper back. Press those hands into the floor. Tuck that tailbone. Draw that belly button up. Release to about halfway. Sit the hips back. Walk the fingertips out. Get that stretch through the side body here. So right kind of on the outsides of the shoulder blades, maybe up into the armpit region here. Walk those hands in. Press up one more time. Lower that belly, lift the tailbone, look out in front of you. Round, tuck the chin, stretch around through the upper back. Great job, everyone. Good. And reverse a little bit halfway, sit back, reach the fingertips out long, okay, kind of walking those fingers forward. And walk your hands in, press yourself out. Stop about halfway here, okay? We're gonna take our left hand to the back of our head. Bring that elbow to point down towards the floor. Inhale. On your next Exhale, start to lift the elbow and open up to the left side of the room. And then inhale to bring the elbow back down. Exhale to open to the left side of the room. Inhale to bring the elbow back down. Exhale. Inhale. Hips are slightly back, okay? If the hand behind your head is uncomfortable, you can always take a straight arm and just open up, okay? That's all right too. Opening, using that spine to twist here, okay? The motion is coming from the spine, okay? All right, 2 more. And 1 more. Good. We're gonna switch sides here, okay? So the opposite hand comes down. Let's go back a little bit behind your knees, okay, to create some space here. Hand behind the head. Bring that elbow down to point down towards the floor. Inhale. Exhale, open up to the right side of the room. Okay. And exhale. Hips are trying to stay still here, okay? So drawing of your belly button. We're trying not to rock to the other side and lift or open up a hip here. Not quite yet. We're gonna get there. And nice and slow. Think about your spine like wringing out a towel. Okay. As you open and close. 3 more. You may notice one side is a little more restricted than another. That's okay. 1 more. Fantastic. Great. All right, we're almost done on our hands and knees or hands and feet next, okay? So walk those hands out in front of you a little bit, okay? I'll demonstrate without modification first, and then I'll demonstrate a modification for folks who may need it. So we're gonna tuck the toes, okay? I want you to lift your knees, press your hips up towards the sky. Try to press those heels down into the floor, okay? Let the chest sink between the shoulders a little bit. Okay? We're gonna start to shift your weight into your hands a little bit more. Continue on and take that left foot, drive it forward to the outside of your left hand. Drop the right knee, okay? Lift the chest as much as you can. Take the left hand off of the floor, open up to the left side of the room, reaching. Put the left hand back down on the floor, drive that left foot back, shift your weight back into your feet, press those heels down to that calf stretch, that hamstring stretch here. Shift the weight back forward onto the front. The right foot comes to the outside of the right hand. Drop that left knee. Lift the chest, open the right arm out to the right side, opening like a book. And then put the right hand back down. We drive that right foot back, shift back, hips high up towards the ceiling, let the chest come down. We switch to the left side now. I'm gonna demonstrate with an elevated surface. So a box, a chair, anything like that can be helpful here, depending on your level of flexibility. So you start in the same, you bring the hips up, okay? Feet come down towards the floor. You step that left foot out, okay? You can take the knee down and open up if you need to, or you can keep it elevated here. And then you step back, reach, press those heels down into the floor, shift forward, step. Knee either comes down for that extra stability or you stay lifted, knee straight, open up to the right. And then back down. Nice and slow with the transitions here, okay? Choose the option that's right for you. Again, the more elevated the surface, less demand on flexibility. closer you are down towards the floor, so closer your hands are to the floor, more demand from a flexibility standpoint. So choose whatever option works best for you. Okay, great. Let's go one more each way. Take an opportunity to get those heels down, get that calf stretch. Shift forward. Drive that left foot forward, step it. Put that knee down if you want. Open up. Hand comes back down. Step that left foot back. Shift the hips up and back. And then right. Open up. Great. Excellent. Shift back. Now, I'm going to have you drive that left foot forward one more time. Drop the knee. Press yourself, walk yourself up to a tall kneeling position here. Okay. So bring that knee back in as you need to here. Okay. We're going to get ourselves facing forward. Okay. We're going to tuck our tailbone underneath us. So squeeze that buttock on the side that you're kneeling on. So left leg is forward, right knee is down. If you feel a nice strong stretch, feel free to hang out there. If you need a little bit more, lunge into that front leg a little bit. Reach your right arm forward. Oh, I'm losing my arm there in the screen there. I apologize, folks. Okay. Reach that right arm out in front of you. Okay. Then shift your weight back a little bit. Take the stretch off. Pull your elbow back and open up to the right side of the room. Left hand on the inside of the left knee. Bring it back. Right arm forward, tuck the tail. Lunge forward as you need to. Draw that belly button in. Shift back. Pull the elbow back. Open up to the right side of the room. Bring it back. If you're familiar, if you've been in any of my other classes, particularly my upper back class, you may have heard that I love this exercise. I call it the bow and arrow with that arm coming back. So it's like you're pulling a bow back. Okay. Good. But we're adding in that hip flexor stretch a little bit here. One more. Good. Tuck that tail, belly button in. We don't want to get big and archy with our back here. And then pull back. Gentle press of that hand into the left thigh. Get a little bit of a stretch to the inner thigh there. Great. And good. Lower that arm. Left leg is going to stay there. We're going to pivot on the right knee. Turn quarter of a way here. So you're facing towards what was the right side of the room before. Left leg is out straight now. You're still on that kneeling right knee here. Toes pointing forward as best as you can. Okay. Hands come down to the floor. You're going to shift your hips back as far as you feel comfortable. And then rock onto your hands. Shift your weight back, sitting that right hip down towards your right heel. And then back. If you need to, feel free to turn those toes up towards the ceiling. Okay. It will change where the stretch is. Okay. But some folks might find it a little bit more comfortable. Okay. That's all right. Nice and slow. Good. We go 3 more on this side. We're looking for a stretch on the inner thigh. You've got those toes turned up towards the ceiling. You might feel it a little bit more towards the back of the thigh, a little bit more in the hamstring area there. One more. Good. Come forward onto your hands. Slide that left knee in to meet the other. And we're going to straighten out the right leg. So we're just going to switch sides here. Toes pointed forward or up, however you feel comfortable. And we sit the left hip back onto the left heel. Keep your back nice and straight here, okay? So as you go back, your back position stays flat. Okay, we don't want to round. We also don't want to get too archy, okay? So a gaze down at your fingers is a nice place to be, to allow you to keep that flatter position of your back. 3 more. More. And one more. Great. Press yourself up to kneeling on that left knee. We're going to pivot to our right. So our right leg is now in front of us. And we go into our hip flexor bow and arrow stretches here, just like we did the opposite direction. So we're down on that knee. Everything is facing forward. We tuck underneath. Lunge as you need to reach that left arm out in front of you. Come out of that lunge back onto that back leg. Pull that elbow back and open up to the left side, pressing your right hand into the inside of your right knee just a little bit. Follow with your head as you twist, and then pull that arm back, tuck and lunge. Come back, pull, open up to the left side, and come back, lunge. Without, again, getting too archy from your back. Okay. We're looking for that hip flexor stretch there. Good spine stretch there, a little bit of a hip stretch as well as we rotate back. 2 more. And 1 more. Beautiful. Very good. Okay. Switch your legs here for just a moment. Okay. We're going to put that left leg back in front of us. Okay, we're still down on a knee. This time I'm going to allow you to lean forward onto your left thigh a little bit if you'd like, okay? Down at your knee and line it up with your second toe, if you could, okay? So it's not to the inside of the big toe. We're not rolled to the outside. And I want you to imagine a line going straight out over from your knee over your second toe. Keeping your heel down, I want you to send that knee over your toes as far as you can without lifting that heel. Keeping it in line with that second toe and then pull it back. You can come back a little bit beyond neutral here. And then drive it forward. And then back. And we go again. Now for folks looking for a modification, you can take this into the standing position. Put your foot on a bottom stair, a stack of books, okay? And we do the same thing. We do a couple more here. 1 more before we switch. Great. Here we go. Switch to the other side, okay? Again, feel free to support yourself on the front thigh with both hands, down on your elbow, forearm, whatever you need. Hold on to another wall. Line that knee up with the second toe. We drive forward. Keep that heel down. You might feel a stretch back there. Go nice and easy here. Build up. Good, nice and slow. Take it over the knee. We're working on dorsiflexion here of the ankle. Try to keep those toes pointed forward. You might feel your toes wanting to turn out to the side as you do this. Good. Almost there. More. 1 more. And good. Bring yourself down to the seated position. We take our legs in a little bit of a widened position here. We sit up nice and tall. So the closer your legs are, the easier. Wider they are, the more of a stretch, okay? We're gonna reach our arms straight out in front of us. I'm also gonna demonstrate from the side here. Back is nice and tall. Reach forward over the legs. Keep the toes relaxed there. And then come back. So we're keeping that spine long. We're not folding over, okay? Forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, more, forward, and one more. Great. Draw those legs in. If you can put your feet together or as close together as you can, let them come out to the side. Further away, easier. Closer the heels are to your bottom, the harder. We sit up tall, you lean forward or gently press down into your thighs with your elbows. Hold. And release.